Before washing, waxing, polishing, or rubbing out anything related to the paint finish, I always check to make sure that the temperature of the surface is not too high. You can't chamois a vehicle, wash a vehicle, or do any other surface work if the paint finish is overheated. We're now just above 80 degrees Fahrenheit, and that's plenty. After pressure washing the vehicle, we're ready to do a hand wash. And this begins with Bright Wash from Shurhold. This is a premium vehicle and boat soap. And the mixture here is 3 ounces, approximately, to 2 gallons of water. Our water is somewhat hard, so we're taking precautions regarding the hardness of the water. We're using the Shurhold T-handle super sponge. And the idea is to wet the area that we'll be washing. And if we rinse it immediately, unless there are chemicals in the water, we should be able to just rinse it without the need to wipe it down. You also want to start the wash in the cleanest area on the vehicle. And the reason for that is you don't want to contaminate the bucket full of soapy water. Now in our case, we pressure washed the entire vehicle before we got to this phase. So this will go a lot faster and much easier. Keep track of the section that you're washing. We have a bug sponge from Shurhold if it's necessary to remove tar or bugs on the side of the vehicle. Otherwise, again, we'll stay with a localized area and rinse it down immediately. With a T-handle sponge, this will go quickly. We'll move to the next section and continue. The T-handle sponge makes this really quick work. This may break you with the resistance to hand washing a vehicle. We find that using the local car wash is a waste of time, that without hand washing, there's very little gained. We'll continue this process around the entire vehicle. Again, start with the cleaner areas to keep your bucket and solution clean. For hand washing a vehicle, this is as good as it gets. The T-handle sponge from Shurhold covers a large surface area quickly. And the Bright Wash, Shurhold's cleaning product, really makes a difference. Clean a specific section and rinse it before moving on. Notice too that we're minimizing the use of water. If you're in an area where water usage is an issue, either due to cost or drainage, this is the fix for that. The use of an easy up shade or some kind of canopy helps in that the paint is not getting heated up. Again, stick to a localized area so that you can rinse thoroughly without the need to wipe down. If there's a need to wipe down, we have 2 choices from Shurhold: water sprite towels and the PVA sponge. The water sprite towel covers a very large area quickly. And the film is gone completely after the wash. The other quick tool is the PVA sponge, and this is good for removing water spots. It leaves no streaks on the surface, and it's impervious to gas, salt water, and mildew. Comes in this convenient waterproof storage. The PVA sponge will find water and does an excellent job of eliminating any risk of streaking. These products work so well, it really encourages doing your own detail work. The Shurhold bucket makes it much easier to clean up after a wash. Dirt is settled to the bottom of the bucket. The top portion where our sponge has been setting is still clean. And of course, if we were doing wheels or other close-up work, the bucket doubles as a seat. The bucket caddy can be easily held off the floor so that heavier debris, if any, and abrasives go to the very bottom of the bucket. This is a really safe way to wash and also store your wash materials. The paint on the hood is in rough shape. We use the buffing compound and the blue pad on this area and actually brought it back quite a bit, but you can see that it's in definite need of help in this area here. So we'll see what we can do with Shurhold's Pro level detailing polish. We'll use the orange buffer pad. This is the Polisher Pro Series dual action for this polisher, and this has a very light cutting ability. We'll reposition the handle if necessary, possibly moving it forward, but we'll try it in this position first. Shake up the Pro Polish thoroughly. This is actually a wax and sealant, which will help, in this case, give us UV protection, the cause of this damage that we see here. Small amount on the surface. You can see the dramatic difference it makes. When we're done with the hood, I'll demonstrate the use of a bonnet and how we can finish this off with a bonnet. We're getting a light cutting action from this orange pad. We could go to a red pad, but I'll stay with this and use it very lightly. And then we'll bring the whole thing back up with a polishing bonnet. This vehicle is due for a repaint at some point in the near future, but this will give us an opportunity to get some more life out of the paint finish. I'm working between a 2.5 and 3 speed on this. You can adjust the speed according to the surface work you're doing and let the polish do the work. The Shurhold polish is excellent for cutting the surface oxidation and restoring the surface finish. Now we'll move to the bright polish bonnet and see what kind of luster we can bring up. This polisher is a breeze to use. Again, this is the Dual-Action Pro Polisher from Shurhold. Clean and simple. As nice a job as this is doing on this badly oxidized hood, you can imagine if you took care of your vehicle on a regular basis and used this polisher and the Shurhold system and chemistry, what great results you would get. The Pro Polish will leave a nice UV protective surface and buy us some time before we do a repaint on this vehicle. Like many other vehicles in northern Nevada, this vehicle parked out in the sun too long, which is really rough on clear coat, and should have had the Shurhold Pro Polish a long time ago. It's actually hard to believe that this is the same hood. The Shurhold Dual-Action Polisher Pro is an easy to operate and outstanding way to detail your vehicle. We'll now do the rest of the Jeep and get some beauty shots when we've finished.